What's up, guys? I'm Josh.
I'm Marissa.
I'm Randrell.
And welcome to Let's Plays Animes,
The channel where we cover
anime, animations, and video games.
and welcome back to episode 12 of My Hero Academia. We decided to start off the video with a All Might laugh because we are here, so ha ha ha. But anyways, that was weak. That's so weak. But anyways, yeah, welcome back to episode 12. This episode 11 was pretty exciting.
It was.
Aizawa got his I can't even say things now because they've ruined everything.
What did I do?
He's laughing at me, I'm pretty sure.
I was gonna say Aizawa got his shit busted, but
Aizawa got his ass busted. He was getting smashed.
All jokes aside,
Aizawa got destroyed. 13 is out of commission. The villains were about to dip before, and you know, Deku was like, "Y'all ain't going nowhere. Get your hands off my waifu. I'm about to fuck your shit up."
But then All Might.
And then, yeah, All Might came in. He said, "I am here," but he's not smiling, so we know that he's not playing games.
He's smiling like...
He's upside down smiling.
yeah, he's mad.
He's mad smiling.
This man took off the jacket and everything, so...
Yeah.
Bro, how he's sophisticated trying to beat these niggas' ass, bro.
Oh my god. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna get right into the episode because we're super hyped. So let's go.
Make sure that you subscribe, like,
yes.
Oh yeah, like,
hit the notification bell button.
Share with all your buddies and
follow us on Let's Plays Animes. And if you want to follow me, because you know I'm...
Anyways, so let's get right into the video. Woo!
Nani?
Nani?
Damn, Android.
Sensei!
I didn't need to see that again.
I do.
I do.
He need to cry.
Cause he did. This man's mad because he didn't cry while he's going through his pain.
Evil.
It's like almost so much pain that you can't even cry. You know what I mean?
No. See, that right there, he's dead.
Okay, we see the shadow.
Deeper of the darkness. He's like, yes.
Hey, they all like, this man's swole.
I know, right?
What kind of ties does All Might shop for? I need.
About to go down.
But he was already on the way there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No wonder he got there so fast. Ooh, you see the smoke surrounding his leg, bro?
How the hell he got Nimbus clouds around his ankle?
He ain't playing no games.
Hurry up before you lose all this time, man. You're not even got that much.
You trash the society. Fuck you, you're trash. Episode
Damn.
12. All Might.
Michael.
Talking that crap.
Seen him.
They're scared.
Damn!
They're super scared.
Damn!
Right. Damn, he did all that? That's crazy. No way. Is it really that fast?
Damn! They barely even noticed they were out of the water.
Bro, he is OP, bro.
If I was Midoriya, I'd be like, I can do that one day. I'm gonna be broke. I'm sorry, father.
Yeah.
You got that hand knocked off of his face?
She hit me as he was saving them. Damn, fam.
No? Not as fast as you thought. Damn, they have a certain speed that they're... He said, "Young Midoriya, this is grown folk business. Get up there." Oh, Carolina, okay, smash. So Carolina smashes like a chop.
I'm very interested in this dude, bro.
So he didn't hurt him or something. But look at him, he's not taking any damage.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Doesn't work on his face either.
Maybe his brain.
Damn, look at my man All Might's form giving him those good hits. Bing, bing. I mean, he's not getting hurt, but, you know.
Open wounds for him to be his
Now you know what you sound like.
Make a suplex look like an explosion.
That's scary once you know that.
I mean, I guess it's fine as long as all my ends are quit.
But he's gonna take a while because of bird brain.
Yeah, because the guy's not taking damage. So he's like just like Aizo in this situation. Oh. Oh shit. Oh, that's right where his injury is.
That's crazy.
See, that's what I was saying. Like, All Might is like the best, but he's not invincible. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Unexpected opportunity.
Bro, they planned this shit to the to the core, bro.
Ooh.
They do not work. Ugh. Damn. Wait, is he gonna absorb him? Restraining you.
Oh, you know everybody gets swole one time too.
I'm like super nervous for him though.
Let's go. Let's go, Midoriya!
He always has that look on his face like he does not know what he's about to do. Look at him.
My boy in the form. All of my time.
He's on my way. Second, I'm on my way, man. With a smile.
He should have used one for on his legs. Oh.
Okay.
Bakugo! He said, move
twist.
that here.
Damn. You didn't see that coming.
Oh, Todoroki's here too.
Oh, he's lit.
The squad arriving, boys.
He's frozen. Now you can probably hit him.
Yeah, young Todoroki, bruh. He said I was hurt. I heard that you were here to kill All Might. Damn, his
Calm down, bro. Calm down, bit. Okay, twin.
Why he moved back like that?
He's like, please.
I'm a shadow.
He's like, you really think you're gonna touch me with your filthy hands?
The symbol of peace cannot be. I don't know. He was struggling right there. They had
Yeah, together. Stop crying all the goddamn time.
He's passionate.
Nah, I don't give a fuck.
You wanted to see somebody cry.
Well, he didn't do nothing right then and there, did he? What he doing now?
Our exit and entrance has been overcome.
We're in the
Bakugo's so smart. People overlook that because he's angry all the time, but he's smart. If you were made completely missed, then you wouldn't have said that was close. So he fucked himself. Hey.
Oh!
I'm gonna blow your ass up.
Like you,
Let's go.
I'm slick evil,
He
motherfucker.
said I was slick. Can he even speak?
Nigga dead?
It doesn't seem like.
Maybe he just like takes orders.
He sucked. Aw, I feel bad now. This nigga can regenerate.
This man Piccolo. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. That was all he had. He has multiple quirks. He's busted.
At
He's been
100%.
modified.
This music scares
Damn.
me. This music scares me so much.
This is
Did he get Bakugo?
This is ridiculous. Cute little.
Oh. Hold back. All Might, you shouldn't be holding back either. That looking one. Oh, Bakugo's taking notice. Who
We
says
got
that?
another pain. We got pain here.
Oh, but, yeah.
We got pain.
Pain. Enjoy yourself, don't you, you liar. so he just lied, basically.
Oh, damn. Run away? Oh, hell no.
Todoroki's like, do you remember you would have died? Oh, he gave the Rocket League thumbs up? Okay.
He's trying to beat y'all ass.
Get him. He's gonna fight all 4 kids at the same time? I don't think he can fight Bakugo, Todoroki, and Midoriya at the same time. And Kirishima, but
true.
He has barely a minute left.
Oh.
Oh, you say run's coming on. Let's go, boy. Symbol piece. Let's go. Do you see his arm ripple?
Yeah. It's crazy.
He said, damn.
Anxiety.
Bruh. Head on.
Okay. This is Dragon Ball Z right
It
here.
is.
Oh.
Oh, God.
All Might's eyes, bruh. He said, made to fight me? Bruh. Hell nah. Ooh. Yeah, he's actually still bleeding. Not swinging randomly. More than 100%.
Oh, he looks beat up.
Damn! That's so disturbing how it moves.
I know.
Yeah.
It really is, though.
Dang! Oh my curb stopped his face!
This animation's crazy, though.
I can't even follow it.
There's so much movement.
Yeah.
Okay, All Might, the Goku Dragon Ball Z spin. All Might looks swole as hell right now. What the hell?
I know he does.
He's slow as fuck. He opened up all the gates, man.
Okay!
Plus
Ultra, bro!
Oh, how you one punch him like that?
Oh! Let's go! Dang! Oh, he hit a Team Rocket Blast it off again?
Pass 100%, man.
That man gave me chills when he said, made to fight me? Bet!
Yeah.
He nullified the shock absorption. They're shook.
I would be too.
5 hits in his prime?
Of course.
Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
In his prime, of course.
Wow.
He hit him 3. I'm mad that he was counting.
I know, right?
I'm mad that he
Look, how many is it gonna take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
fit form.
Perfect so. But they still have the 2 other villains.
2 other villains are shook. They can't do anything.
He used a cheat. He didn't cheat. You're a sore loser.
He's still using video game terms.
Oh
I say
my
they
God.
can't do anything now though. Their plan was foiled. So
Yeah,
they
that's
gotta
crazy.
they gotta retreat.
Yeah, I would think that they would retreat, but like the question is All Might really gonna let them?
First of all, no, because his power is about to be gone anyway.
Yeah.
His time is most definitely getting up. If not, then look, that's another anime loophole. How the hell you gonna be like, I only got minutes?
Look,
But
That's
then
a
it's gonna
Goku.
take 300 episodes for this shit.
That's a Goku right there. If that happens.
yeah, that's true. I wouldn't want that to happen, but like, honestly, like, let's take the scenario where All Might runs out of power, and he turns into his other form. They are just gonna look at that and take that as like a, you know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
bleeding all over already. He just gone down to a weaker form. Like, they don't know what that means. Like, if you see someone that you're trying to beat up, like, get weaker, like, all his muscles and stuff go away, I would think that they would instantly go in and try to kill them. But they also have Bakugo and Todoroki there, and Midoriya, technically, and Kirishima. But I'm really, like, talking about Bakugo and Todoroki because they can do, like, long-range stuff with their quirks. So I don't know if they would let them approach All Might, if that makes sense. So All Might's kind of covered by them being there, but let's see, we got a preview here. Next time, members of this class will become strong heroes. Yep, they're all broke. Oh. Go Beyond plus Ultra. We finally saw what that meant. This
Yeah.
man said, Go
Plus
Beyond.
Ultra! God damn. How the fuck you gonna use Captain Planet?
Yeah, Captain Planet. With all the powers
all
combined.
the powers combined. Face ass.
Dang, but All Might, bruh.
Oh my.
That was crazy. But
First
can
of
we
all,
talk? Can we talk real quick
I mean,
about
we
the
did.
animation?
Look, the animation was
animation
cool,
was
but
fire.
then it kind of went
Well, like
Dragon
the,
Ball Z.
Well,
no,
I
the
mean-
only Dragon Ball Z was the fast moving punches, but I'm talking about when they're up in the air fighting, moving around. Like there was so much movement and rolling
the camera angle just constantly going like this, like that was crazy.
constantly, and that added so much to it.
And
That
I'm
was
like,
so
damn, how did
cool.
they end up in the air?
Because they don't
Yeah.
really do that a lot. In a lot
Yeah.
of animes, they don't have that much camera
Yeah,
movement.
yeah, yeah.
It's the character movement, not the camera movement. So
It was
that
also
cool.
really interesting how they animated Nomu because the way that he was moving was so creepy.
Nomu, yeah.
Yeah.
First of all,
He moved like a real savage.
Like,
Creepy as F.
I said, bro,
That's
like,
crazy.
so he must be like some kind of like mindless. Okay, so they were saying
created
like
him,
they
or
created
modified
him,
him.
yeah. So I wonder like what they created him from. Like, was he a regular human
Right.
with like a quirk? Like, how do you get more than one quirk?
But that would answer my question though, because in the last episode I was like, how the F do you get born that way? Like,
But
Right.
they
You know what I mean?
modified him.
Yeah,
So-
so they modified him, but
Yeah.
But
like,
like where or how, I don't know. But that's
right? How did they get the technology to do that? Because you would think if they can do like quirk modification or stuff like that, they would do it on multiple.
Wait,
people.
you said that he had multiple.
Yeah, he had
powers?
multiple quirks because remember they were like he has shock absorption, and then remember when Todoroki froze off his limbs, he had super regeneration and stuff like that, and they were basically saying like that he had more than one quirk.
and he had all that strength and
Yeah. True.
Yeah, so I don't know if he had like a super strength quirk or if he was just that swole. You know what I mean? Because that's what Aizo was saying. Like Aizo looked at him and negated his quirk.
But I
And
think
he-
that they said. I think that because it's a physical quirk, that's why he can't negate
Well,
it.
I don't think like super strength in a way is still an activation type quirk. Like if Aizo was to look at All Might or Midoriya, like just like we saw with
See,
the ball, like
yeah.
Midoriya can't activate All for One.
But you're talking about activate. Maybe it's not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Thing.
It's just his
Maybe
body,
it's-
but it's
Yeah.
not like a quirk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying. It's not a quirk. It's just like his body is that swole.
yeah.
But that was crazy. Like when they first charged at each other and they did this, and Nomu's arm was like ripple. I was like,
But
"Dang."
I absorbed that motherfucking shit.
Yeah, that was so cool. And then like they showed all the like freaking waves of the wind and everybody flying everywhere. That was
Bruh.
crazy.
Man, All Might gave me chills literally when he was like made to fight me. Bet.
Bet.
like,
Say less.
say less. We gonna see today.
That's some Vegeta type shit.
Yeah.
Kind of, you know.
He like.
Because remember that. There was that one.
Oh yeah,
episode-
Android
Wait,
19 or whatever.
That's crazy.
He said made to fight me.
Give me some shit.
But see, that makes me wonder. I'm like, dang, if All Might's like that when he's coming to his like, because he's coming to his end, and you know he was
Yeah.
like, dang, it took me 300 hits. My prime would have taken me 5. What's Midoriya gonna be like?
But also like,
Midoriya gonna be
what
like?
was All Might like in his prime? 5 hits, bro. That's like, all right. So that's like literally like, I can't math right now, but I know that it's like
300 divided
5
by
times
5.
6. I think it's
Wait,
5.
what?
5 sorry, 60.
He said 5
What
times
are we?
6.
21.
What type of math is that?
21.
But like yeah, so like 60. It's like 60 times 5 is 300. So like that means that he's like I can't do the percentage math.
I
that
don't
much,
got
but-
time. I just know that motherfucker is real. But then,
Yeah.
that's crazy because the villain who actually hurt him like that in a way.
Yeah,
who
in
is
his
that
prime, right,
motherfucker
yeah.
In his
Yeah.
prime.
Oh, you're right.
So imagine how strong that villain is. And now we have something to compare a little bit.
Right.
towards
And
that
also just
villain.
like it's good world building because when All Might showed up and the villain was like, "Oh, that's All Might. We never seen him in person." They were like, "No one falter." And this man like disappeared. It was like blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah.
Yeah.
And then like the he saved Midoriya, Asui, and I think Mineta
And he hit
all at the same
home-
time and hit him at the same time
at the same time.
while he was holding them and like
That
he like
is
yeah.
fucking ridiculous.
So he like hit him like hard enough to knock that hand off of his face, and then he like turned around and was like, oh, he's super fast, I can't follow him with my eyes, but he's
crazy.
not as fast as I thought he was gonna be.
And
So it's
he said,
like,
he is
how fast did you
Yeah,
think he
you're
was
like,
gonna
what?
be? The flat, he's really the flat now. Like
he's
that was
like,
ridiculous.
yeah, he is getting weaker. That's what he said. I'm like,
Yeah,
damn.
like that was crazy just because like you're just like, what?
The thing
You know what I
is,
mean?
these villains have obviously been studying All Might from afar
Obviously,
for a
yeah.
long
For
time.
to have a
So they
modified-
probably have noticed like certain changes in him, like when, you know, if they said, oh, not as fast as we expected.
Right.
They've been studying him, you know, and they see that for some reason he's getting weaker. You know what I mean? So I think they know something's up with him.
Oh yeah, because they
also
keep,
because
they
he's
targeted,
probably they probably have like whatever villain fight that was that he was asking not be publicized, the one that he got hurt. Like it's probably pretty easy to notice for everyone that like All Might's not in the streets like at all times of day saving people anymore. Like if he can only do like 3 hours of hero work, like this man's in the street for like 3 hours a day and then he's gone.
Yeah.
And the other villains are like, oh, well, this is the time period where All Might is not usually active,
Yeah.
so I guess I'm gonna do some, you know, rob his store or something like that. But like, it's also just like All Might's not super broken, like I was saying before. Like he can't be at all places at one time.
Yeah.
So if you know like the general area, like they were saying that All Might had an agency in another city or whatever, that usually means probably that he's in the city of his agency, which means that when you're doing crime anywhere else, like All Might probably can't get there fast enough. Like he's fast, but he's not gonna go city to city instant. But it was also crazy because we got to delve into like a little bit of the mindsets of the villains as well, just because like Shigaraki, the one guy, the disintegration guy, he was like, when he got hit by All Might, he was like, oh, this is the violence of a government official. So maybe he has like some kind of past where like, and it's kind of like not really what Randrell said.
It is exactly.
But
Because,
I don't think
like,
I don't think that he thinks that
why
he's
not? He legit thinking that he's trying, you know,
well, I don't
making
think
the
that he
world a
thinks
better
that
place,
he's
maybe.
Yeah, I don't think that he thinks that he's like a good guy or making the world a better place, because he was like, All Might was like, oh, you're just saying that you just want to, you know, see us suffer or whatever. He was like, oh, he got me. But like, I think what he was saying is basically like, it's from the viewpoint of why are heroes seen as so. It's kind of like how people view America. You know what I mean? Like in America, we're just like, oh, we're great, yada yada yada. America's great, and other people outside of America view America as great. But then there's some people who are just like, you know, in Syria or in like countries that we've devastated, Japan, when we dropped like the atomic bomb in in World War II. Like they look at us and say like, why does what they do good and what we do is bad, even if we're doing the same things?
Yeah, and there were a
You know
lot
what I
of
mean?
times that you know, America's done things with other countries where we were like being world police. It wasn't our place to get involved, but it was like world police, and it was excused as like, okay, we're someone that can get involved, and that's okay, and try to handle it. But then in the long term, we made it worse.
Right.
So I think that's kind of the same type of idea that they're going for here, maybe with this.
Because he's talking about violence.
Yeah, with this whole organization, this villain organization they have going on.
And he said that violence breeds violence, which
which is honestly correct.
Yeah, it's honestly true. Like the more violence you do, like if you fight someone, they're gonna fight back. Most cases, like most people are not non-confrontational.
And then even though like, okay, it always come back around. Like when you fight like somebody's brother, then that brother gonna try to be
retaliation is key.
Always.
Literally, that's the reason that gang wars happen, because it's all retaliation,
always.
and it just causes more and more retaliation, and that's what it is.
And
it never stops.
And
then what is right and what is wrong? No, because like Slick, the whole thing is bad, you know? And that's what he's trying to say.
And you can always argue someone's intentions versus their actions. You know what I mean? So
it's
so why his intentions is bad, but all my intentions are always good. You know what I'm saying? But we both duking it out. And you trying to,
we're both hitting each other. We're both like, you know, causing damage to the surrounding area, like all that stuff. I mean, you could argue like, you know, we have ideals and stuff like that is seen by society as, you know, good and bad, whether what you're doing. So like if there's a kid in danger and you step in front of a car to save a kid, if the person in the car is hurt, like people are still not going to see you as bad, because they're going to be like, oh, he saved that kid. You know, like that's the outer situation that you're looking at. But if you're looking at it from like, what if you're a kid in the car? And like this is how like heroes and villains, I feel like, are born. It's just the scenarios that you get put in. Like you're literally a product of your environment. Like, and that gets said so often, but like it's literally like if we had a situation where like me and Rendrell are like in the street or something like that, and like someone's trying to fight us and they fight us, but then that person that we fight to protect ourselves is special to Marissa, and then Marissa grows up like hating us, and like because she sees us as these bad people, but really like to society we're heroes, you know what I mean? And then she grows up and she's a villain, but she's just like, I wouldn't even call myself a villain.
I mean, like
they're doing wrong, and
the perfect way to explain that is the Spider-Man, like the very first Spider-Man, where Spider-Man killed the Green Goblin, and the Green Goblin was his best friend, dad. Or
you're talking about the original Spider-Man?
The original Spider-Man, but remember he killed
it was his dad.
Right?
Yep.
And then he become a villain.
And
he
then
became a villain
the Green
because
Goblin
he only sees that Spider-Man killed my dad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's kind of like even the not the most recent Spider-Man, but like the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, like Amazing Spider-Man. Because they also had Harry Osborn in there, and he was like, Spider-Man, help me by giving me your blood. And he's like, nah, I'm not gonna help you. He's like, okay, you're a fucking villain.
Him because he's gonna kill him.
Right.
And then he became the Green Goblin.
Right, exactly. So he became it because and it's all about perspective. Like,
it is.
It's like literally like how you view things that changes you and molds you into who you are. If you take any kind of situation, like, you know, you can take any situation, someone says something to you, I could say to both of them, like, wow, that reaction. And not say anything else, and then Marissa can think, wow, that reaction, that was really good. Yeah, I agree, that reaction was really good. And then Randall's like, wow, that reaction was really bad. Like, like, what do you mean? Like, what was he saying? And it's like, it's almost like it's least it's how you take it and how people say things, and that's why it's important to come across very clearly when you're trying to state something or whatever, because you could just, you know, be seen as a different way. And I really like hope that they go into Shigaraki's backstory a lot more, just because his mindset's very interesting. And it's not necessarily like, obviously he's evil. Like, I see him as an evil character, but at the same time,
him as a lost character, you know.
Well, yeah, at the same time, he's relatable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, making relatable people that are on both sides kind of gives you perspective. Because you relate to the heroes, but you're not necessarily like, oh, screw these villains, like, I hope they lose. You're the villain say stuff, and you're just like, that makes sense.
You need that complexity.
That makes a lot of sense.
You need that complexity.
So they kind of give you like an internal battle within yourself as you're watching.
Like, what I'm trying to say is, I understand his motives, but I'm not saying that
he's good.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I just think that little mini conversation they had about each other's motives, I think that set up a very interesting platform for the continuation of the show and what goes on between the heroes and villains and the inner workings of, like, because, you know, more than just villains trying to take down heroes, it's obviously something a lot deeper, maybe even related to the government, related to the society they live in, and how the villains play into that and play into this structure of heroes becoming, you know, heroes that are in these agencies that are structured, they have bosses, you know, and they're kind of like publicized and become almost like diva, like celebrities, versus these villains who are kind of like terrorists, I guess, you know, against all of that. So that's a really interesting thing to set up, in my opinion. I mean,
it might have even set up a situation where, like, if we take someone like Bakugo, who has a naturally destructive quirk, you can't really use that quirk to naturally help people. So if, you know, Bakugo's in a store or whatever, and he accidentally somehow uses his explosion quirk to defend himself, then people will only see, okay, he blew up the store, he's a villain, and then he gets labeled as a villain, and then it's a situation of heroes trying to take down Bakugo.
It's always
even though you're right, and then so it's just like, it's one of those things where, like Marissa said, it's not just about the villains trying to take down the heroes, but it's also the heroes trying to take down the villains. So it's basically like this conflict that almost never ends, just because one side's like, I'm good, and the other side's like, I'm good. You know,
it's just crazy because, like, in the Incredibles, they think that they are evil in a way, you know, because they didn't like heroes.
Oh, they don't like superheroes.
They don't like superheroes at all, and they wanted to ban them. You know, they didn't think they were heroes.
That's the same thing as the Avengers.
That's literally a perfect example. The Incredibles. I didn't even think about that, but like,
because like they think that they are not good. They think that they are bad.
Well, yeah, like, not even that example, but like the first in the first Incredibles movie, Syndrome. Syndrome was the little boy trying to be a hero, and he was trying to help Mr. Incredible.
Happened?
And he's like, I look up to this guy, and this guy's my hero. And then he rejected him and dejected him, and then he became a villain because he's like, okay, well, you know, if you don't want my help, fine, then, you know, I thought you were going to be more open, more receiving to me helping you, but since you're not, I'm going to switch sides. And now, like, when he becomes a villain, you know, they're just like, okay, chill. I didn't mean all that stuff that I said, right? Yeah. And it's like, you know, it was kind of like very relatable how you're just like, you know, someone says something to you, and then like way later when you do some stuff to them, like they want to be like, oh, chill, like I didn't really mean that, or you know, that wasn't supposed to happen like that. Right. But during the time, they were completely meaning like what they said. You know what I mean? That's why I personally don't believe in like people being in the moment and saying things in the moment. Like what you say, you mean it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Imagine if All Might still stuck to what he said in the beginning, saying like, "Nah, you cannot be a hero."
Right.
And when Midoriya's like, "Man, fuck you, man!
Yeah.
I'll beat you." Okay, bet.
Oh yeah, he literally like just becomes a syndrome, like where he's like, I don't have any powers, but I'm gonna start building stuff to fuck all my shit up.
I'll create something.
Yeah.
I'll modify some niggas.
I mean that's fair. Like the person who modifies people could be like a Deku that like, and like maybe it's another situation too where like, just like they were saying, you can't save everyone. No. Like even if you're All Might, you can't save everyone all at the same time. Like he couldn't save Aizawa during this fight, and so it's just like if you're in a situation where you can't save everyone, someone's the byproduct of you not saving their family member or their friend, and like then they see you on the news saving all these people, and they're like, but why didn't you save my dad?
Like,
or why didn't you save my mom? Or what? Right. I mean, it's obvious.
Jutsu,
even Naruto can't save everybody.
Yeah.
Obviously. No. But anyways, like, you can't save everyone, even if you're, you know, even if you are at all places at all times. Something can always happen to, you know, hurt someone or destroy someone. So you can't always be there. And, you know, there's resentment that comes from that. You know, hatred builds more hatred, violence breeds more violence. Pain, basically. If you haven't watched Naruto, go watch that. But I feel like, you know, Shigaraki and Pain are different because Pain wasn't doing it just for destruction purposes, but Shigaraki kind of is, and then just is trying to mask it behind his motives.
Yeah.
As we saw when he was like, "You're just saying that," and he was like, "Yeah, pretty much. I just want to fuck your shit up." Like, but yeah, I think with that being said, we'll wrap up the video there.
Yep. Make sure that you like the video, subscribe, and comment down below. So tell us, what do you think about what's the villain name again? I keep
Shigaraki.
Yeah, I think. Tell us what you think about, or what all he said about you know, violence breeds more violence and stuff. So tell us what you thought, what you think about it.
Yeah, definitely play off of that. Tell us what you thought about, like, you know, what Shigaraki said. How the students are stepping up to the plate against the villains, about All Might, like in the next episode, like what do you think is going to happen to All Might? You know, is his time limit, you know, gonna affect things and then the heroes go in, or like, or sorry, the villains go in, or the villains try to escape, or, you know, whatnot. But also, if you haven't checked out all of our extra content down in the description down below, there are all of our social medias that you can follow there. For those of you who've been asking about Marissa and Randrell's social media, or my own, or my first channel. But if you guys want to check out all of our extra bonuses as well, as far as our polls, content, contests, Discord, and like early access, you guys can check out our Patreon down below as well.
Oh yes, and if you follow me, I guarantee a follow back, 100%. I don't know about her. I don't know about
her. Okay, why are you trying to compete with me? What did I do?
I didn't say shit, but anyway.
I'm in some of them on my Instagram.
Hero and villain.
I'm the hero, he's the villain.
I mean, I might be.
Because he just tried to take me down for no reason. You heard that.
No, I'm Scorpion, alright? I'm not a hero or a villain.
Wait, Scorpion's a villain.
Which
Scorpion are you talking about? Are you talking about Mortal Kombat Scorpion?
Yeah, he don't count.
I thought you were talking about Spider-Man.
No, Mortal Kombat Scorpion.
Anyways,
he's not a hero or a villain. He's just like, I just do
shit. I'm just innocent, so if you like heroes, go follow my Instagram. But anyways, that aside, we will all see you in the next episode, episode 13.
Yes.
So can't wait.
Or 31.
See you then.
All right. Bye, guys.